Let's go!
Good morning, everybody. Long time no talk. I'm going to drop a quick video here today addressing a question that I get almost daily via YouTube, via direct message, via email, and that is this. They ask me, Eric, when do you know you're recovered? That's a tough question to answer. But in my opinion, you are not fully recovered from your eating disorder until you stop thinking about your eating disorder. I knew I had beat binge eating disorder when the thought of binging never even crossed my mind. No matter how much hard shit I was going through, no matter how bad I felt, binging wasn't even an option. You know, people go, and I think there's some people out there who think they're recovered, and they're not. So if like someone asked me, do you ever feel when you go to the grocery store and you're walking down the aisle, do you ever feel like a twinge, like a little slight urge to put all that stuff in your cart and just go to town? No, I do not. I would not consider myself fully recovered if I ever felt, if even 1% of yourself could do that, you know, or if you get that feeling, or you get those little like the twinge, you know, you have a rough day or whatever, and you go, man, you know, it'd be nice right now is if I could just eat all these Oreos, you know, and all this ice cream. Guess what? You're not recovered. If you think you've beaten your like, for example, use binge eating disorder. If you feel like you've beaten BED, and you say something like, oh, I can't have those in my house, I'll eat them all. Guess what? You're not recovered. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, and I hate to be the bad guy here, but if you're going through those things, you're not recovered, and you need to keep working at it, you know? Look, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. It's hard. It is a hard road back to normalcy. It really is, and I speak from experience. From my first therapy session to the point that I felt that I was fully recovered, it took 4 years. And that was and I spent a lot of time working on myself, a lot of time practicing, a lot of time reading, a lot of time going to therapy. You know, those first 2 years, 2009 to 2011, were some of the hardest years of my life. Absolutely the hardest, darkest years of my life. But I made it out, and I'm recovered. And I know it sucks for some of you guys to listen to somebody like me that's made it, and it seems easy. You know, I make it sound like it was just poof, there we go. But that's not the case. It's going to take a long time. It might take you guys longer than it took me. You know, it might take you 10 years. It might take you less time. But you can't start thinking about how long it's going to take to get better. All you need to do is focus on getting better one day at a time. As cliche as that sounds, it is very, very true, because it's all about momentum. All right? Build off that one day into the next day, into the next day. And before you know it, it's weeks, it's months, and it's years. And then you're going to be just being normal, having the freedom that I have now to be free of my eating disorder you can't put a price on it. You can't. You just can't. And those of you struggling know exactly what I'm talking about, because you would give anything, I bet, to feel normal. Right? So, that's my answer. You are only recovered from your eating disorder once you stop thinking about it for good. You know, the only time I ever think about binge eating is when I'm talking to you guys. And it's just, you know, that's the way it is. And I hope I could shed some light on that little topic. And I'm glad to be back, and we'll have more of these talks, obviously. I'm also going to expand my topics. It's not always going to be about binge eating, because and food issues, because guys, honestly, this is exhausting sometimes to make these videos, to respond to the DMs, to respond to the emails that come. It's very emotionally taxing for me. I could ignore all those things and my life would be easier, but I'm not a piece of garbage. I'm doing this to help people. You notice there's no ads on these videos. There never will be ads. I don't care if I get 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I will never, ever monetize my YouTube, because I have a real job. I don't need to make money off of being a YouTube celebrity. But you guys make it worth it, because All I ever wanted to do was help people that were in my situation, and that's what I'm going to do. But anyways, subjects are going to start expanding a little bit. We're going to talk about marriage. We're going to talk about life. We're talking about having kids. We're going to talk about all sorts of things. Because now I'm 35, I feel very sage. I feel very wise. I got a little bit of advice. I don't know it all, but I know some things. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about that. And you know, as always, thank you for the support, the comments, all that stuff. And if you have any more topics for videos that I have not addressed, please hit me up in the comments. And thanks for watching. Until next time, stay strong.
Let's go!